Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Barber is doing the best with what he's got. Man, could I go for a nice cut of Brahmin steak.
Evening. Hey.
What's up? I'm really very boring. It could be better. But really, as long as you don't help...
Oh, good to see you again.
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so... Yeah, on top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are... As in chem fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. But every day there's more of them and less of us. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You've found Motor Runner. Could be better, I'll say. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soul. Now we're trying to secure the strip and the dam at the same time. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offense, so we're in a holding pattern here. I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. Her office is right above mine, but I think she... Well, why not? I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raid, it derails everything. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation. It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the strip, and it had already been fortified before. From here, we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Usually, General Oliver runs the show here, but he... Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it. Everything was going according to President Kimball's plan at first. We met minor resistance from... But our two main objectives are still contested. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to...
That's it.
Hold it. NCR only beyond this point. Keep your distance.
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're... Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and... It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just... Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. We Better believe it. Everybody. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army and he just Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. Don't have anything like that. Sounds... But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any... I like the way... Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that... But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're... I think if you rough him up enough... So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or... Ah, tear my heart out, why don't you? People lose their heads and say things they regret. Plenty of ways to skin a cat, as they say. Hey, what if we... That's the spirit. Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant. I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
What an ugly little worm you are. What... You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Did we enslave your children? Slaughter? Whatever it was, Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for... They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a... But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my... I'll show you, gutless, you... Get away from me.
Let's finish this up, then we can talk. Let's finish this up, then we can talk.
Get away from... What an ugly little worm. You're nothing. No, listen. Caesar's secrets are safe with me. I stayed alive because... I've told them nothing. They've gotten nowhere. You have to let this go. I'll disappear. No, that's not what I meant. Lieutenant, this man is trying to kill me. He's not... Watch out! Aha!
Whoa, easy there. You're supposed to rough him up a little, not kill him. Why don't you step outside a minute? Let off some steam.
Had enough!
Nice job.
What an ugly little word. No, listen. Caesar's secrets are safe with me. You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Did we enslave your children? Whatever. You're nothing. No, listen. Caesar's... I've told them nothing. They've gotten nowhere. You have to let this go. No, that's not what I... Lieutenant, this man is...
Let's finish this up, then we can talk. Let's finish this up, then we can talk. All that shouting. Honestly, Sealus, you get free room and board. The least you could do is be a good guest.
Lieutenant, this man is an agent of the Legion on a mission to kill me.
My, we have an active imagination today, don't we?
Think about it. Is it worth the risk? You need what I know.
Well, it sounds like the two of you are becoming fast friends.
It'll be your head if I die, Lieutenant. You'll be disgraced.
You know what? I think you're right, Sealus.
Of course I'm right.
Except, I don't care. Because it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to never have to hear you say another word, Sealus. Carry on.
Lieutenant. You don't have to do this. If I'd killed myself, then I would have been murdering one of Caesar's. I've done everything Caesar ever asked of me. I ambushed countless NCR patrols, and I waited for him to dispatch us for 3 days, never questioning why the headaches. I haven't breathed a word about the officer we planted here. I've proven my loyalty. All you're doing is killing a loyal... What? No, nothing I've said will change the outcome for you.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a script. And it could save us more than that when all... This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant. Yep.
Hello?
Eve.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
What is it? Nice to meet you. Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Oliver has Bravo and most of our forces here garrisoned, I'm free to do other things. So I work with Colonel Shu on logistics. Lately, it's been less about that, and more, it's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir-crazy. Hard to separate the malcontents from the actual culprit. Smart man. I could use somebody who can Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my... Well, I'll leave that to you.
You're back. Now, what kind of MP would I be? I've had soldiers go AWOL. Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious. Colonel Shu sent him out. I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that Colonel Shu... Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't... It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there. Just a bunch of old There's something about this I really don't like. Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witness. But he's too slick to... Good. The more guns you can recover, the more...